Hey guys, What's the Mine Detective here, coming at you with another mine exploring video. So I'm out here about to do another mine explore, and I'm quite a ways above this canyon right below me. As you can hear, there's a creek down there, has quite a bit of water flowing. And I'm actually on this old 1800s miner's trail, and there's still remnants of the quite nicely made stacked stone wall. And the mine that I'm headed to dates back to sometime around the 1870s. So this should be a really fun explore. Alright guys, so these are some pretty cool finds up at this mine site. So this is actually the remains of the 5 stamp mill that would have crushed the gold ore at this mine. And it looks like all 5 stamps are still here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know if this was the bottom of one, because you could see that this one is way thinner than this. So I don't know, maybe that's an older one. And these things are just heavy, around 20-25 pounds. As you can see here, this one's basically intact except that one missing portion. And we got some more miscellaneous artifacts. We got square nails dating back to the 1800s. Whatever that is. Looks like a threaded lead piece. That's very interesting. So those are some cool finds right there. Mine should be just right up this way. So I just climbed up this miner's trail just a bit, and there's a canyon below me. Still falling along the creek. And then I just noticed this right here. Look at that beautiful quartz vein. I have to bet that there's some gold right up in here somewhere. We should be getting really close to the mine. I think it's just right around here. Yeah, I can already see some stone walls, and there's a portal. Yep. Yeah, so there's a nice stacked stone wall right there. Another one right here. And possibly a trail that keeps going that way. Who knows if there's another mine up that way. Let's go take a look at the portal. There it is, nice and open. Alright, let's head in there. Alright guys, so real quick, just want to show you this really nice through night handheld flashlight that I just got in today. This is the through night TC15 V2. Just so you guys know, this is not a paid promo or anything. I just want to show a nice cheap flashlight, relatively cheap flashlight. You know, so you don't have to pay hundreds of dollars for something that can do basically the same job. So this one features a clip, so if you want to put that on your pants or anything, you could. It's USB-C rechargeable. This is run by an 18650 battery, and I believe it got 5 modes. So this one is Firefly, you can't even see it. That one's low, this one's medium, this one's high, and then double click for turbo. So the amazing thing about this thing, it's small, but the turbo is actually 2,500 lumens, or around there, which is incredible for something this size. So there's a through night TC15 V2. Alright, so I just crawled through the portal, and there's a shot looking down. So there's actually a door here, but looks like it's gotten breached. So thank you to whoever cut this. It's pretty convenient. So yeah, like I said, this is a pretty old mine. So hopefully it has some cool features. Oh yeah, right here we got some strap rail. At least the strapping that used to go on top of it. It's crazy. Look at this geology. It's like kind of greenish and lots of mineralization in here. Yeah, so it looks like they removed the cross ties. Looks like there would have been one right there. Some more strapping. Oh, and it actually looks like we got an intact portion of the strap rail. That's really cool. Like an old spike or something right there too. Yeah, so there's a cross tie. Very cool. Looks like we're coming up on a timbered section. Oh, actually, this is a false floor right here. Okay, false floor right here. A junction off to the right. And a junction off to the left. Looks really collapsed up in there, but possible way to get in on the right, I'm sure. So yeah, right here I can see this is the old timber, the old timbering mixed in with the new timbering. This is definitely modern right here, but right up behind it, you can see the 1800s timbers. So I'm gonna keep heading off this way. And it looks like it just faces right there. Alright, using the right hand rule, let's head off to the right. The right side when I was coming in. Wow, so that actually looks like a winze. That drops down there about probably 30 feet or so. I will check that out after I... This looks like it collapsed, but we'll see. Yeah, look at that cool, very old timbering. That is totally collapsed right there. Alright, let's go check out that winze. Alright guys, so let's head down this winze. I can already tell that this is a way more modern ladder with that rope on it. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's more safe. Yeah, it's not too far. And I just noticed there's quite a bit of nice gobbing to the left of me. Yeah, so I figured I could just do this with my hands, both hands. Alright, let's see what's down here. I don't really have too high hopes, but hopefully something. Alright, yeah. Oh crap, there's a bat right there. Alright, let's get out of here. Alright, so there's the winze I just came out from. Nothing past that collapse. So right here, We got some more strap rail. This one's really sticking out of the ground. You can see the straps and the wood under. That's super cool that you could see this 1800s mining methods still intact and everything. So yeah, there's a not too bad of a collapse. Could definitely get in between here, so that's what I'm gonna do. Alright, so right there, that's where I just crawled out of. It's not too terrible of a crawl. And right now I think I'm in like a stoked out section. Very, very crumbly with this schist. As you can see, there's like multiple layers, and it just seems like every layer just degrades. And this is pretty interesting right here. This looks like a manway. There's a ladder, a couple of timbers. I'm gonna actually check that one out. I don't have too high hopes that there's something good down there, just because I went down that one winds and that one was collapsed, but let's see. Alright guys, while I'm doing it, this is definitely an older ladder right here. It doesn't have square nails, but definitely early 1900s. Let's look up in here. Yeah, this thing is pretty much collapsed. Alright guys, so here's the bottom of the ladder that I just went down, and take a look at all this stacked rock right above this splitting timber. That is not a good sign. Alright, I'm getting out of here. There's a look at the ladder I just went down. It looked like there was actually what used to be an ore chute down there, but can't really tell now. And I'm headed up this way. Look at this incline. I'm walking uphill in a mine. I bet this is all ground fall. Alright, and then it starts to go down, so I'll pause this for now. Alright, so here's a look what I just crossed over. This higher portion right here with all that dirt, I believe there's a higher passage just off to the right. That's why there's all this dirt stacked up right here. And I just remember the term that I was looking for these layers. So this mine is quickly delaminating, as evidenced by this rockfall on the floor. You can really see the layers here, the different strata. So big thanks to Boxy Dan. I believe he's the one that pointed me to that term. So we're gonna start heading down this way. Hopefully there's some cool stuff. So here's looking back at all this rockfall that occurred in this mine. Looks like that big one right here most likely fell from this section. And there's just really nice iron mineralization up in this section. Look at that. Looks like we got some gobbing, which is a stacked rock. And right above the gobbing, looks like we got a possible ore chute or ore pass on the other side. So let's climb up there. Yeah, so this is most definitely a clogged up ore chute. This is the top of it. You can see all those rocks. And then there's looking down all the way probably 30 or 40 feet down. That's where the ore chute would have been. Some more gobbing right here. And a really sketchy looking section right up ahead. This right here is where I just came from. It was quite a tight crawl for the last 3 feet or so. But I'd say definitely worth it, because look at what I'm sitting on. This is a really cool manway, and I believe there's probably another level up there. And here's looking down, some more ladders, and that looks like it just drops off who knows how far, probably another 20 feet past that. So I'd say let's climb up these ladders a little bit. Alright guys, so I'm kind of freaking out right now because this is insane. I'm looking at these nails, and they have square heads, even though this one's a bottom, but that's another square nail. And then this one up here is another square nail. So this ladder, believe it or not, dates back to the 1800s. Who knows, probably 1880s, 1890s. That's crazy. What is that, 140? 140 years these could be. Crazy. And another thing that strikes me about these ladders is the fact that they're over 100 years old. And they're still here. I mean, that rung, you know, it's broken, but everything else is basically intact. Those miners were true craftsmen. You know what? This one actually got writing. That might be like a piece off of a dynamite box. I see writing going across here. Man, I wish I knew what that said, but yeah, these ladders are just awesome. Alright, so there's looking where I just came up from. Those are some awesome ladders. I mean, the top is like just a little bit rickety, but I mean, that's to be expected if they're over 100 years old. And like I was thinking, there's a whole nother drift right here. I see what looks like a pneumatic drill pipe sticking out of the ground. And then we got some gobbing right here. And it looks like it keeps continuing that way. So I thought this was pretty cool. That's a really big square nail sticking out of that piece of wood. Got some more gobbing off to the left. There's that, what I believe is a pneumatic drill pipe. Oh, and looks like it... Okay, I thought it went down, but it keeps continuing here. This looks like another winze. Probably used to be a ladder going down there too, but that's some sketchy shit right there. Yet another hole. Some more gobbing right here. And yeah, let me figure out how to get past. Alright, so there's a look at that winze. What I decided to do is come up this way. I think I'm gonna have to turn back sometime, because just look at all this rock fall up in here. Yeah, this looks like actually no, it keeps going. I thought it was gonna be collapsed. So it looks like someone left their flashlight here, probably back in the 90s. That's definitely an older one. And I just scampered up that way about 100 feet, and it just dead-ended. So I'm gonna go a ways down to the right and see what's over there. So there's looking down the manway that I came up, and I seen this right over here. This is actually an old burlap bag. I bet they either use this to store the gold ore or possibly tools, and then just strapped it around their back. It's very brittle. You can see that there's patches missing out of this side, but that's super cool. I bet this dates back to the probably early 1900s. Who knows, maybe even the late 1800s. That's a pretty cool find right there. And when I seen this the first time, I thought that was Che Guevara. but it looks like just some white dude. It says stamps $2.95. That's interesting. And there's a very small passage right there. I'm very low on time. I think I'm actually gonna have to turn around like right now, because I told my buddies that I would text them at around 7 or 8 o'clock. I think it's close to that, so plus I gotta get cell service, so that keeps continuing off that way. So I will save that for another day. Let's head out of here and see if it's still dark outside. Alright, just got done crawling through that pretty sketchy section, and I'm back at the intersection. So let's head outside. I think it's around 6 o'clock, so it's definitely dark out there. Alright, so just like I figured, it's pretty dang dark out here. So I got my TC15 on turbo mode, and way down in the distance there you can still see the trees. That's probably a couple of 100 feet away. So this thing works pretty good. So there's a miner's trail that I'm about to head down. Gotta say bye to the mine. Till next time. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.